All right, listen. This is an interview 2 years in the making. Billy does not do interviews. I have asked him literally 32 times. 32 times he said no.
I had Jay on the stall.
And I have relentlessly busted his balls because he wouldn't do an interview. However, what I like about it, and you know this, Billy takes it in stride.
Yeah.
He doesn't cry about it. Now we know a player that, we won't say it, but we know a player that cries and he gets stuff in his eye from time to time and has to quit tournaments, right? But Billy, I have busted Billy's balls relentlessly. But we came up with a reason why Billy's going to be here, and we're going to talk about that at the end. But thank you for finally coming on and being on Level 2 Billiards Live. Rob and I are so excited. We're excited, right?
I'm an automotive guy, so I'm extremely excited.
Okay. Don't start with that. Let's butter him up first.
It's
and
about
then
pool.
Go in.
It's about pool.
Then we'll go in. Then we will go in. Okay. Okay. Let's just talk about Action 24/7 first. Okay.
Yeah.
So Skylar jumps in and buys Action 24/7, and it only makes sense that you and Sky are best friends. Now you're involved in it.
Yeah.
What is your business mentality? Like, are you like, do you have like?
Well, he called me like in the beginning, you know, when it all first came about, even for him, he called me, and then next thing I know, you know, me and Skylar are partner in everything that we do, like brothers anyway, so I was like, yeah, I mean, of course I'll go in business with you, and it only makes sense, you know, for both of us, and I feel like it's smart because, you know, we can kind of do our own designs and kind of promote ourselves while we do it. So it's not only good for the brand, it's good for us also. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer. I said yeah instantly, and then we just bought it and went.
I realize it's only been a short time, few months. What has been the most difficult part so far?
Honestly, yeah. I'm just fishing out money to Ashley and Skylar literally every other week.
And I'm guessing
hey,
there's no accounting.
Oh, I don't know what I don't know what I've gave them at this point.
Right.
I'm just I just pay them an allowance. Might as well say I pay an allowance every week.
Yeah. All right.
But I guess that's, which I mean, obviously I trust them with everything, so I don't give a crap. I just hear whatever. I know it's going to be benefit us in the
the
future
long term
anyway.
is going to be a good deal, right?
But yeah, I mean, I'm not sweating or anything. I've just given Skylar and Ashley shit all the time because I'm always fishing over money. And it's like every time I get pumped up, I'm like, oh, well, there it goes. Now I'm busted again.
I noticed a lot of Uncle Billy today. I even saw you with the stroller earlier. What's it like being Uncle Billy?
I know. Well, I'm already an Uncle Billy at home because of my sister, but, you know, obviously when I'm around Skylar and Ashley, little Dax is always looked at me as like an uncle because I've been there ever since he was little, obviously. I wasn't there when he was born or anything, but I've always been around him since he was a little baby and stuff. So, and me and Skylar are like brothers, obviously. So it's just fitting, I guess. It's fitting for.
So is that something you see in the cards for the future? Are you looking forward to being a dad, or Uncle Billy's fine?
I mean, Uncle Billy's fine, right? You know, right now I'm not really planning anything like that right at this moment or nothing. So yeah.
I spoke to Dax earlier about Uncle Billy.
Yeah.
How old is he? 4 or 5?
He turns 5 in like 4 days.
And I asked him a legitimate question. I didn't record it. I wish I did. I said, Dax, who's a better player, Daddy or Uncle Billy? And he said, Daddy.
That's funny.
Apparently,
what a son.
Dax doesn't know about.
I'm gonna have to have a word with him.
Let's talk about Beachy.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. They treat me good, and you know, like obviously didn't know what to expect with Bob leaving with the new owners and stuff like that. So it was kind of a little. I don't know the good word for it. I was sponsored by him at first.
Unsettling because you don't know what the future is, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, Bob's about Gucci. He created Gucci, so it's kind of like, legend. So it's like, you know, who's going to come and fill Bob's shoes? But Jeremy and Seth are I mean, you couldn't have better people to come in and do the job. So it's pretty cool that they came and did it. The people, you know, they're great people on top top of it. So it's kind of, I'm lucky, man. They treat me well, and I'm doing great with them, and you know, I've obviously changed my life around a lot. So I'm only trying to keep doing better and better and get better. So that's what I'm trying to do.
You got a question for
Yeah,
Billy? I can ask Billy 900 questions.
He brought up, you know, and changed his life for the better. I'm very open about troubles I had in the past, you know, being an addict and all that. And, I hit 10 years clean in December, and it's something that it's major work.
Yeah.
But it's also you feel like it's not so much making a man out of you, but it's providing stability into your life.
Yeah, it's just amazing how like many positive things come. Like when you just make like an easy, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore decision, and then it's like everything just starts falling in place. But
And you make better decisions too, right?
yeah, of course. Which like I mean, I don't really consider myself like an alcoholic or by any means. Like I never did. Like I made a post one time on Facebook, and I think a lot of people kind of took it that way. Like I had like a problem, like, oh my gosh, I had to wake up in the morning and drink a Busch Light. It wasn't like that. I mean, I live at my parents' house, and if I woke up drinking Busch Light, my dad's was like, gonna whoop my ass. So it's like, or be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know, whatever. But I mean, I had no problem like that. It was just like it kind of became a problem just doing it in my workplace. You know, so I kind of told myself I just had enough of it. I don't want to really do it around people no more. And that was mainly the reason why. I'm not saying I'm never going to drink a beer or anything again, but I just don't want to have. I don't want to have it around pool because obviously, I mean, us pool players are the most competitive people that I know. You know what I mean? We're all competitive. So when you start mixing beer and alcohol and liquor or whatever you're drinking, and competitiveness, then what are you going to get? You're going to get arguments, and you're going to get fights, and you're going to get shit that shouldn't happen. To whereas if you weren't drinking, if you get into like a little argument, you can just squash it. But you never know. Alcohol can make shit way worse than what it's supposed to be.
In a game of perfection, you know, it's to have, you know, that mindset of strong focus, you know.
Yeah, 100%. No, 100%. Yeah.
You mentioned your parents. I want to talk about your parents.
Yeah. Best people in the world.
Your mom is a prolific Level 2 Billiards follower.
She does love me.
She is so awesome. Your dad is awesome.
She's like, I didn't even know he had another page. At first, because you know when you we were talking on the other page, you're like, you need to follow it and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I got you, whatever. But it was funny because she's like, I didn't even know that because I was asking. A video popped up. I forget what it was.
The 11 in a row.
No, it was when you were making fun of me about the car deal. I was cracking up.
We're gonna bring that up.
I was laughing, and then my mom's like, I want to see it, and then she was laughing, so it was just funny. Then she started following me.
Now, I have interviewed you before and still busted your balls.
Yeah, man, I think the last one we did was when me and Skylar had the movie, wasn't it?
In Oklahoma.
When Shane and Dennis played,
Yeah,
right?
and remember this was the Oklahoma shirt?
Yeah.
You see how I got it made into a Level 2 Billiards shirt? That's how much I love it. And I talked to Joey Gregg earlier about that event.
Yeah.
He said it's called a new room now.
Oh,
it's
okay.
something else. That was a fun week.
No, that was fun. What a match that was. Too.
And
me and Skylar were commentating.
Yeah.
That
that
was funny.
was the infamous.
Might have been a little alcohol involved.
That will go down as the most infamous
commentary
ever.
And match.
Yeah.
Dennis and Skylar, I'll never forget Dennis or Skylar's word. He looks like he's got a poop walking around the table. It was just hilarious.
Let me say
he
this.
was like crouching. He was like crouched walking on.
Let me say this. There was a break. I saw these two get in a booth, and I said to Skylar, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Billy and I are going to commentate." And I said, "I don't recommend that." He goes, "Why not? We can do it." I said, "Sky, you're pissed drunk." He goes, "Yeah, it'll be better."
Yeah, it was so fun. It was honestly so fun. But what's crazy though about like that, it was like,
and it was a crazy ending.
Oh, it was unreal. It was like it might have been one of the craziest matches ever. Period. Like ever.
We were just talking about that about close matches, and I think we had forgot about that, and then we brought it up, and we were both like,
they weren't just commentating. They weren't pissed drunk commentating. Just some match.
Yeah.
It was the greatest comeback ever.
Oh, it was sick. It was unreal. Me and Skylar, I guarantee that they could probably hear us. How loud we were being in the commentary booth because it was like unreal match, and like we all of a sudden I mean, we got lucky enough to be commentating and just so happened to be. But it was very, what a match that was.
So I took a clip of you guys commentating and I put it over one of my runouts, to match the shots. and the part where Ocolio wins, I have the levels on my audio, and when they both scream, they go, "Oh!" It's just ping and red. The audio is just ping and red.
That was
it was unreal.
They got so fed back.
I mean, it was crazy too, because Dennis had what was crazy about the whole situation, Dennis had 4 or 5 different cues out. I do remember that. The guy was grabbing different cues. It's like, who does that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was running around the table.
And he was
Remember, he was running around the table.
And everything.
Yeah.
It was sick.
And another thing that I remember about that, and there is video, but it's not a lot of video. I don't know if I have it or somebody else, but you and Sky played a crazy action game. Remember that?
Me and Skylar versus Jeff. Was it Roberto? It might have been Jeff and Roberto, or Jeff and somebody. I think it was Jeff and Roberto.
I think it was Jeff and Roberto.
I made the craziest kick save ever. Obviously we had no chance. We were freaking drinking.
Yeah.
But
it was
yeah,
wild.
I mean, it wasn't like we didn't have a chance, but we got beat though for sure. And
it was better though. Big crowd. It was
it was fun. It was a great time for sure.
Let me ask you a question.
Times losing money.
Let me ask you this question. A couple weeks ago, you needed 10 to win. You drop 11 banks in a row.
Yeah.
What happened? Was it?
Honestly, I was sick as a dog that whole entire tournament.
Which we talked about. You and I
was
talked.
Literally sick. I'm not like. I mean, everybody was kind of sick out there, but I don't think I was as sick as some people. But I was pretty sick out there. And sometimes when you're sick like that, you just play that. I don't know what it is.
Bucket stroke.
There was one shot
that
you made. There was one shot that you made. You were on this side. Skylar's in the corner, and you stopped and you said something to him. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that ball went because I shot a ball. It was a 3 ball. It was just like a kind of like a duck cross corner, little like a shot. I had to kind of stiff it, but the way it went in, it just didn't look like it should have. But obviously, TV tape will do quality.
Right.
And I put that go in English on it, is what I call it. When you hit certain banks, you got to put that go in English. Jay, I'll teach you that one day.
You will?
Yeah.
I'll bullshit. You won't teach me. Me, Billy, and Sky are in New York City. We are there for Darren's tournament.
Yeah.
Right? We're at Steinway Billiards, and I said to Billy, teach me a little bit about banking. And Billy goes, I don't know how to teach it. I said, Billy, you're one of the best bankers in the world. Yeah. Show me just one little thing. He goes, I don't know what to teach you, Jay. I don't know what to teach you. And I'm like, bro, I thought we were boys. Teach me one thing. He goes, I don't know what to teach you, Jay.
What's crazy is I would like to start doing, because I have a little pool room that I built in my house and stuff now, but I would like to start doing some type of maybe bank clinic or something. But I don't really know how to go about it because I'm an all-field banker. So it's what do I tell these people that want to come pay? I kind of when I have taught, I've taught a few people here and there, but nothing anything to kind of be
instructor.
It's not I'm not no instructor by any means or anything like that, but I kind of always try to compare it to something they do if to their job or something. Right. I always try to compare it somehow, some way, and the people I have help, they're dude, this is actually really. But if I get a bank clinic, I get 10 people or something to come to my house or come to Dayton for a weekend or something. I still haven't really made up how, because I know I can do it, but it's just how do I go
I know
about
exactly
doing
what
it?
you mean. Let me give you a short story.
Because I'm all field though.
So I'm a professional photographer, but I taught myself. I'm not formally trained, right? And this college asked me to come. The dean of this college knows my work, and he said, "Will you come and talk to our students, our photography students?" And I said, "I can't because I don't know the works.
Yeah.
I don't know the technical things. I learn just by learning.
Trial and error.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I mean, I'll figure it out one day, I guess. But I mainly just I don't. It's so hard for me to teach because I don't use the system. I think if I use the system, it'd probably mess me up.
So
I probably won't be able to make a bank.
It's just you just know what to do, right? You've done it enough times. You just
weird.
feel
I feel it. Yeah, just obviously when I was in Vegas, I was kind of sick, so I guess I didn't really feel a whole lot of anything besides crap. But I mean, I was firing it. I played. That was the best banks I've played in probably like 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Like the gears that I had came out with and some of the clutch shots that I made, I don't know.
All right.
It's a good feeling, I know that.
You have to play in a few minutes, so let me ask you 3 quick questions.
All right.
Are you a better car salesman or a better pool player?
Well, I mean, after that car I sold, they're pretty close. They're pretty close right there. No, but
Did I bust your balls too much about the car thing?
No, I thought it was funny. I said, I would show it my mom and stuff, and she was dying. She was dying laughing, but she couldn't find it because she was following your other page, and she didn't realize you had level 2.
And we have mentioned in our podcast at least a dozen times busting your balls. Still, we still. Even this week, I think we did bust his balls.
What's funny is I had the car up for sale. Like I literally had it for sale on my page, and some guy, I ain't gonna lie, it did cross my mind to raffle, but I'm like, man, there's no way I'm gonna be able to.
And I thought of the craziest thing, which I said to you earlier. We should have Carfaxed it, and then blew up his shit and said,
Carfax is $45.
I would have done that, just like held up the Carfax and said, oh, it was in a flood or something like that. Was it
one? Let's just get it straight for you. Was it one car or you had multiple?
The story is crazy. He told me about it today. Can you talk about it on camera? If you don't want to.
What, like how
you did?
How I sold it?
Listen to this.
So I obviously raffled it for. It was 100. There was 200 spots or 100 spots, $200 a spot. But I mean, I gave
which
some
made it an
$84,000
car.
Yeah, $84,999. You got to put 99 on.
And it was like a '74 Impala. What kind of car was it?
It was a 2020 Impala.
Okay.
Last year they made Impala.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I did was I obviously did 200 spots, 100 spots, which is 20,000. Obviously the car ain't worth 20,000. Everybody knows that.
We determined it was worth about 8.
It's worth more than that. But it's worth more than that. But anyway, so what I did was there were some deals that I had to make with some people, to help close it, because obviously, it was a big ass raffle. So I probably got maybe 18 total from the raffle. So which isn't too hateful, obviously, but obviously I was trying to get 20, but I didn't. But it is what it is. So there was 4 numbers left. I didn't tell you this one. There was 4 numbers left, right? And I messaged the guy that supports me a lot, and he's a really good guy from back home. He spends a lot of money with me and helps me out a lot. I would do anything for him also, but I messaged him, I'm like, hey man, there's 4 spots left. Obviously it's $200 a spot. That's $800. I was like, I'll give them to you for $500 if you just want all 4, just so I can close this and get done with it. Because like I said, I was in Vegas when I was doing this shit. I did the worst time ever doing this rap.
And you were sick.
And I was sick, so I was like, man, I'm so aggravated with this. So, my buddy was like, yeah, I'll do it. So he pays $500. And wouldn't you know, one of the 4 numbers of the last
Shut up.
I swear, that's what. Yeah, I think it was number 39, if I remember right. But and I messaged like 3 different people, but he was the first one to reply. There was a couple other guys that I messaged. The one guy I messaged, he messaged me back. He's like, damn, dude, I should have messaged you back, because he read it and didn't message me back. He's a buddy of mine, but he was doing something.
So he wins.
So he wins. He wins the car, and he's
but
like,
he doesn't
hey,
want the car.
Yeah. So he's like, I need a little time to think about it. I'm gonna, because I wasn't coming home yet anyway. I had to go to Bosnia and all that shit. So I was still gone for like another week and a half. And I was like, you got plenty of time. And he's from my area, so this was perfect. I was like, you're from my area. The car ain't going nowhere anyway. So, like the week goes by, I message him right before I'm coming home, like, hey man, like, did you ever make your decision? He's like, yeah. He's like, I think I'm just gonna take the cash. And I went, okay. Like, I'm not gonna be mad about it, because obviously I still got the car. I almost kept the car, but he takes the cash because he said that
Listen to this.
He said that if his family told him, talked it over with his family told him that if he kept the car, if he took the car, he would eventually probably sell the car to like one of his family members and like be getting payments towards it and probably not get his money in a way, is what he said. But so they told him to just take the cash because he doesn't need the car anyway.
Now listen to the kicker.
Yeah. So now I get obviously I keep the car, and I end up selling the car to another guy.
He made $82,000 on this car.
Yeah. I sold the car to another guy for like $12,000, I think is what it was. And but I ain't gonna lie though, I had 10 grand in this car. I had 10,000.
How much did you clear?
honestly,
32,000.
not that much.
Did you clear 32,000?
I want to say I profited. I want to say I profited like $9 grand on it, I think.
And
total.
again, going back to the original question, are you a better car salesman or a better pool player?
Well, I mean, that's first place in a lot of tournaments right there, so maybe better car salesman.
And will there be another car raffle?
You know, me and my cousin thought about making, because I built a garage, so me and my cousin thought about maybe building like some kind of like sweet hot rod or truck or something I might do. So we'll see.
All right.
Maybe. I don't know. That's kind of
one question over here. What's your favorite shirt? What's your first favorite action shirt? Action 24/7.
If I'm being real with you, I don't even own one. Do I, Ashley?
What is this?
Yeah, I don't even own one. I'm wearing Shane's jersey right now.
See this right here?
Because Ashley doesn't care
See
about
this
it.
right here?
Billy.
Pull this down. Yeah, we're done. Last question. See, pull this down.
Yep, this is it right here.
All right. Billy, here's my question. You're one of the owners.
Yep.
Are we going to do a Action 24/7 Level 2 Billiards giveaway of one of these shirts? Why are you looking at him? You're one of the owners.
I mean, if my partners agree,
he better look at her, not me.
Yeah. Ashley's the brain.
All right, hold on. We're asking for the boss.
See, listen, all I am is a car salesman and a freaking bank account.
It don't have to be this one if you want to give me another one.
We're gonna have a car lot series.
Hey, do your car salesmen have to wear? Do your car salesmen have to wear Action 24/7 as their uniform?
They're gonna have to.
Bill's car sales.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be this one, Ashley. I'm talking to the boss. I'm talking to the boss. It could be this one or another one. Can we do a Level 2 Billiards giveaway for an Action 24/7 shirt? Do you want it to be this one or a different one? Okay.
Do you want it to be Shane Mamboni's jersey or Skylar Woodward's?
Is it Shane's?
Yeah, Shane's.
That one and the blue one.
I don't even like him.
That one and the blue one. And then there's that one, the two on the left.
No, wait, you don't have a shirt?
No.
Not yet.
Well, I just got announced March 31st. I'm still in contract with Savage, so.
All right. Here we go.
All right, guys, I gotta go though.
Billy,
Sorry.
we're gonna take this home with us. Billy, good luck.
Thank you.
And we're gonna do an Action 24/7 giveaway. This is a large, and stay tuned. We got more players coming, more stuff. We've been with Billy all day today. It's been fun, actually. It's fun hanging out with Billy, actually, right? I'm glad we finally got him.
Yeah.
That made me happy, bro.
See what we're doing for you guys out there? We're providing hours and hours of family-friendly content.
We had some great interviews today, but having him, because he doesn't do interviews, you know, he does very limited amount.
That was like tracking down Madonna.
Yeah, it took us 2 years to get that. So he's gonna go play now, and we'll see you guys later.
Level 2 Billiards. We have fun here.